Yeah, well done, well done. Marco, do you want to come up and talk about Desert Race? Can you still talk?
I can always talk.
我冇睇到啲咩嚟。
你哋做咗啲咩嚟？你做咗啲咩嚟？
We're riding camel.
Okay, guys, this is how do you turn up the volume? Is that the highest it goes?
I sit here looking at the stars, playing games and chasing cars. Am I the king without a crown? I hear a voice inside me say, feel the blood flow through your veins as the memory it remains. 'Cause it's the time to fight and not the time to fall. You will soon ignite, no running anymore. There's nothing left to lose and everything to find. Do it now before you're out of time.
That's great.
Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out now. Do you feel alive? Wake it up inside. Do you feel alive?
Get ready.
It's the time to
Ready. The one team ready.
not the time to feel.
Split. Start last, finish first.
No running anymore. There's nothing left to lose and everything to find. Do it now before you're out of time. Do you feel like it? Are you trying to give it all for me? Do you feel like it? Do you feel like it? Are you trying to give it all for me? Do you feel
All right, guys. Oh my God. Last day, last race. Yeah. And it's raining.
You have to take him. You have to take him.
Oh, cute. Cute, cute. His call sign's the trooper. The legend. I like it. The legend. Look at that. Knee injury and everything. He's still going.
Round of applause for Tony Ma. 2 a.m. last night. He's still up. 2 a.m. IT homework, accounting homework, and he's putting this together for all of us. So, I actually didn't know how to present this because I'm like too emotionally involved with it. So since everybody knows me as the numbers guy, we're just gonna do it by the numbers, okay? We traveled 2,800 kilometers from Hong Kong to Inner Mongolia to compete with 68 different schools, MBAs from all around the world. I mean, we saw London Business School, we saw Columbia, Singapore, we saw all the schools from China, we saw schools from France, and we took them all on. 3 days in the Tangar Desert, 70 kilometers through sand dunes, guys. I don't know if you have ever walked through sand dunes, okay? But 3 times the vector resistance. Vector resistance. If you're walking on ground for 1 kilometer, you're basically walking in the sand for, I'm sorry, I'm going to switch that back around here. If you're walking in the sand for 1 kilometer, it's basically like walking on the ground for 3 kilometers. Okay. If you're climbing a sand dune, if you take 1 step forward, you will slide back 3 steps. Okay. So hence, that's what the hiking poles are for. And to make that even harder, we're carrying 15 pounds of equipment. Yes. Sleeping bag. Well, that's because I was carrying your stuff, Lucy. 6.8 kgs. Roughly 2 liters of water. We're carrying food. We're carrying the sleeping bag. We're carrying the sleeping mats. On average, we took 135,000 steps over the 2.5 days. And we're working on 4 hours of sleep a night. Okay. 0 showers. 0 toilets. 0 privacy.
Can we talk about that?
Yes, we can. Angus, where are you? Where are you, my friend? So, 0 privacy means that everybody's holding everything in, and we have to wait until it gets pitch black at night. Angus, like, hey, Yankee. Oh, my call sign's Yankee. Yankee. Is everybody in the campground? I'm like, yeah, everybody's here. Why? What's going on? It's like, keep them there. I was like, what? What are you talking about? Where are you going, man? It's pitch black. He's like, I'm gonna run Black Ops. Dude, better move on. So who's crazy enough to do this, okay? 29th of April, we had 18 members from HKUST, 10 men, 8 ladies, representing 5 nationalities, 4 cohorts. Part-time year 1, part-time year 2, full-time alumni. And we united under, dare I say it, guys, we united under the one team HKUST. And we are crazy enough to take this challenge, okay? We are crazy enough to go out there and compete. So much drama, guys, so much drama. The day before the competition, okay, Kalak sends me a text message. He says, I injured my knee from the soccer tournament the week before. So thank you, Eric. Thank you, Jet. It built a lot of confidence for us, okay? And Sabrina sends a message to Stephanie. Stephanie sends a message to me. Sabrina sprains her ankle. Okay. Tanya also injured her knee. Okay. And then Q's visa was expired, so when we're crossing into China, he got held back. Okay. That's right, and we're like, oh my God, what are we gonna do, right? So we decided to leave him there at the border because not only did he miss his flight, but he paid full price to buy another flight ticket, and instead of flying directly to Inner Mongolia, he actually then had to fly to Xi'an, did a layover, and then fly back. And he arrives at like 1 a.m. in the morning, the day before the race. Okay, so there's all kinds of drama. Now here's the kicker. Okay, here's the kicker. We get everybody. Now we're physically in the desert now. Okay, and everybody's unpacking, everybody's putting on their equipment, okay, gaiters, shoe covers, all right, everybody's putting on their jackets, one team HKUST team shirt, okay, and then, from out of the corner, everybody's like getting ready to go, we're all getting ready to go, okay, Heidi, okay, she walks around, Heidi walks around, bless her, she's not here today, she taps me on the shoulder, says, Marco, come here, I gotta tell you something. I'm like, well, we gotta go, we're getting ready to go in like 5 minutes, okay. She's like, no, you have to come here. Okay, so she pulls me to the side, and I'm like, Heidi, what's going on? He's like, oh, Marco, I made a huge mistake. I'm like, whoa, shit, what are you gonna tell me now? We got like half the team injured, okay? And she goes, Marco, I thought it was only 21K. In total. So she's like, divide by 3, it's only 7K a day. And she's like, and that's why I signed up. I'm like, Heidi, oh my God, it's been 70K for like a year. So like I'm freaking out, all right? I'm freaking out, I'm stressed, bless her soul, because mine was being tortured. And I don't know what to, so I'm like, we gotta go to the leader. And the leader is, let me introduce you guys. The leader is Stephanie, Captain Stephanie. Okay? I go to the leader, Stephanie. I'm like, how are we gonna get through the desert, Stephanie? And Stephanie's like, pooling. Massive show of confidence here. So everybody, first of all, this could have not happened if it wasn't for Team Captain Stephanie. First, give her a round of applause, guys. And Stephanie, tell us the real story on how you were able to let us get through the desert.
Pulling, yeah. Well, just be a nice and tour guide, and just make sure those guys eat well and sleep well. So that's what I do. But in short, so the preparation stage is quite long, stretching for months. So started from communicating with the committee, and then I started to recruit people. So we did several rounds of advertising, marketing thing, and try to get more people sign up. But end up we have 18 people, which is still good. But I heard that last year they actually compete for the place. So I hope next year some of you will still willing to join the race, because it's so fun and it's so you feel so emotional after all that. So it's a very good experience. So I hope I can convince some of you to just don't be scared. It's not that hard. It's not like, yeah, it's true, 1 step forward and 3 steps back, but you can make it if you walk slowly and steadily. So there's strategy in that. So what else? I did arrange some trainings with those guys. You saw some pictures in the video. So we did some hiking in Hong Kong, which I think it put some confidence in Marco. Do you think?
It's everybody was doing the desert race for a different reason. Okay, everybody wanted to definitely experience something new, but I think we're out there because we want to test our limitations. Yeah, I personally I have like leg injuries, okay, from all kinds of different like extreme sports, and I didn't think I could do this. A lot of people were telling me like Lucy's like, you know what, I'm actually only planning on finishing the first day. And I'm like, okay, because in my mind I was like, well, I'm only planning on finishing the second day. And it's so funny because after the race I talked to Angus here. His code name is Wombat. I heard you laugh, North Point. And Angus was talking to me and he was like, you know what, it's just like every time we come up with a huge challenge, there's like we have this like imaginary mental boundary that we have to overcome. It actually doesn't even exist. It's not even real. But we set that limit in our mind, right? So it's through these sort of events and sort of these like experiences that we're able to break through. I run 10Ks and now like I mysteriously jumped to 70K. So like I'm telling Stephanie, when's the next event? We got to do 100K, right? We just keep pushing the limit. And you know, you kind of do that in the NBA as well, right? You're looking for new experiences to really expand and broaden your mind and your horizons. Stephanie, what was like one of your most memorable experiences from the like? What's the one huge takeaway?
I think it's in the power of everyone. Well, actually, as you said, like Lucy and Heidi and Heidi's husband, and they all said like, we're going to take the bus the second day and third day. But then magically they finished like on the second day. I saw them walking through the finishing line, and I was so touched. Like I didn't like they said something, but then they believed that they can make it through after like walking up for 1K or 2, and they believe that I can do it. Like just walk steadily and slowly. I can make it to the end. So it just takes some time, more time than the others. So it's really touched moment for me, because I saw them safe and sound passing by, and then sit down with us and doing stretching and massage and all that. So it's it's the inner power of everyone and the team that really moves like very
And an inspirational story, okay? Last inspirational story here. This guy here, he doesn't want the attention, and that's why I'm gonna give it to him.
Yay.
All right.
Let's give him a round of applause.
Right, Q, right here. This story is so amazing. I mean, he goes, okay, and he plays this like NBA school tournament soccer game, okay. He tears his meniscus in his freaking knee, all right. And on the way over, I mean, on the race we're carrying about 12 to 15 pounds, but on the way over we're carrying like 25 to 30 pounds worth of like clothes and equipment and everything like that. And I mean, he's just limping to the airport, right? And even after missing the visa and then having to get a new flight and then flying in and everything like that, and in his mind, and Tanya's like walking with him in the very beginning, okay? In his mind, he's like, well, you know what? I'm just gonna. I don't know. I'm just here for the experience. If I go for 1 day, if I can make it 2 days, whatever. I'm just here for the experience. I just want to be part of the team. And this guy, he finishes the entire 70 kilometers, and it doesn't matter if you come in first or in the middle or you come in last. I mean, with his situation, he made the entire 70K, and let me tell you, that's what inspired me to finish the 70K. I mean, I have an old injury and he has like a fresh one. And if he can do it, well, I can do it too. And if I can do it, all of you guys can do it too, believe me. So, Q, thank you very much. I mean, seriously, like this guy right here, it's like a new sign of respect. His call sign is the legend. Yeah? And so, I gotta remind something of you guys. All right, this is gonna be our last sort of month lunch colloquium where we're actually all physically located, because next semester we're all gonna be split up. Okay, the semester after that, what's gonna end up happening is that we're gonna be spread out even further. People are gonna only take weekday classes. Some will take weekend classes, right? So we're gonna switch sort of the venue from lunch colloquium to dinner colloquium. Somewhere a venue in Central where we're gonna continue this party, okay? Just a quick reminder is we just got to keep it together, okay? We gotta keep the engagement going. We're gonna still have these type of events. And think about this, these type of events, right, is about 10 years down the line when you're thinking back about, the MBA, okay, you're not gonna think about what kind of classes you're taking, okay? You're not gonna talk about, what you learned. You're going to talk about these experiences where you can share with your classmates, where we share together, okay? And so that's what we're going to try to do in these upcoming semesters, okay? Is we're going to try to keep it together, and we're going to keep the momentum going. So, Stephanie, I got one last question for you, okay? Team captain, one question. How many teams?
Huh?
How many teams?
One team.
One team, huh? One back. How many teams?
One team, Marco.
One team, huh? North Point? North Point, where you at? How many teams?
One team.
The architect. The architect, how many teams?
One team.
Hey guys, can you please help me out here? Sort of our last lunch colloquium. How many teams, guys? How many? 1 on 3, okay? 1, 2, 3.
One team.
HKUST.
Thanks, Michael. All right, that's it, guys.